Hey, what's going on, everyone? Dan the Glassman here, and you're watching the Glassman's World, so check it out.
Oh, that's great. What's going on, everyone? So you just heard the intro. Welcome back to the Glassman's World.
Guys,
So I'm Dan the Glassman, and there's a video playing in the background here. But I'm actually getting prepared for the state fair and for Balloon Fiesta coming up right now, guys. There's a lot going on, and right now I'm actually working on something really delicate, so I'm just gonna let this play, or I'm just gonna let this record. You guys are welcome to come in here live and say hello. The live chat should be up. I'm just going to work on this. I'm not really going to say what it is or anything. If you guys figure it out, cool. I got to bring it back up to temperature. I thought I had the video all set up, and then I guess my phone shut off, and then I went to go back, turn it back on, and it was gone. So I don't have any description here of what it was before, but it basically was saying that I'm getting prepared for State Fair and Balloon Fiesta. So I'm working on something right now, and I don't even know how this is gonna look, or if I should even continue. I'm not sure. I might have put a whole lot of work into this and can't even use it, so we'll see. I don't know. Actually, I think that's gonna work. I don't know. We're just gonna go with it. So what I've done is I've covered a little bit of canary yellow with some amber, and I'm hoping that it's gonna get a really nice light, kind of like a tan color. I don't know. So State Fair this year, I guess it's going to be the last State Fair at Expo, New Mexico. And this here is actually, I'm hoping to enter this into the State Fair Creative Arts art show again. I won first place and best of show at the what was it, 2023? So 2 years ago, I won Best of Show in first place at our state fair here in Albuquerque, in New Mexico, the state fair. Hosted here at Albuquerque, New Mexico, at the Expo, New Mexico. And apparently this year is going to be the last year that the state fair is going to be at Expo, New Mexico, which is a really sad thing. And we've also just recently learned that there will no longer be any more Gathering of Nations. The Gathering of Nations powwow is also going to be going away, guys. That's pretty wild. I don't know how many years it's been here at the Expo. I think at least 10 years. But how long has the gathering been going on? I don't hear any talks of them doing any, trying to find any new location. So I find that pretty interesting. No new location for the Gathering of Nations powwow, guys. I hope I can pull this off. This is so crazy what I'm attempting to do. So, State Fair is coming up here really soon. Our friends are playing at the Tingley Coliseum. Tingley Coliseum is the large coliseum that's been there showing lots of different concerts, different shows like the monster truck show, a lot of other types of shows happen there, rodeos. They've had basketball, Scorpions hockey, a lot of different events happen at Tingley. And from what I've heard, Tingley Coliseum may also be going away as well. Now this is all just hearsay, or just allegedly. I don't really know 100%. What I do know is that Expo New Mexico will be hosting the very last state fair this year, and then hosting the very last Gathering of Nations powwow next year, next April. I believe April 14th and 15th, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to be considered or named The Last Dance. So, and that is legit news. It's been reported on our local news station here. So sad to say that Gathering of Nations powwow is going to be done entirely, guys. Pretty crazy. I don't know how many years it's been here and been going. I don't know if it started here in Albuquerque. I know it was at the pit, which was the Lobos, the UNM pit, our basketball arena, which now I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Wise Pies Arena or what it is. But someone else purchased it and now it belongs to someone else. Oh my gosh, I hope I can pull this off. So, we're getting ready for a bunch of different events here coming up. I've been making a whole lot of different pendants and stuff, so we need to clear these off here. I'll probably be needing the pad here. So I have an order for 50 mushrooms and 100 glass balloons, guys. So I'm gonna be busy here for the next few days. That's a big order. 100 water drops. I see. Ah, Madame Star is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Things are doing well. And I was actually thinking about you because I got to get your stuff out in the mail. And finally, I finally got everything set up. I'm so sorry. The last time that we spoke, you sent me an email and sent me the address and everything, and I wasn't able to open that up because the next day I got locked out of all of my accounts, and it was just so, I don't know, it's the worst timing ever. So I apologize for that, but I will be getting that out to you very soon here now. And then I got to get a few others out. But we've had some issues, some personal issues. My wife lost all of her disability, and it's basically put the burden of all the bills and everything on me. So I haven't had like a lot of extra funds to be shipping. So to tell you the truth, it's also just a delay in funds right now. But I will get those out very soon because we are doing pretty good. So I appreciate you asking. And I do apologize. But with that also, like I said, I do believe I mentioned before that because of the wait, what I tend to do, if anyone ever has to wait for their orders a lot longer than expected, you know, like a lot of handmade stuff will take a long time, you know, sometimes a month or so to get it done with all the other orders that I have. But so when people place orders and then I delay sometimes, I'll just end up sending a bunch of extra stuff. So that means you're going to get a bunch of extra stuff with your order, just to offset the weight, that's all. And I apologize. It's not like it's making up for anything. I should have been sending that out more prompt. Oh my gosh, am I really going to be doing this? This is crazy. You guys have no idea what I'm working on right here. And then to get it to stand up. Oh, how fun. Alright, let me take a look here. I'm focusing on a photograph here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then more on top. Okay. I'll just tell you guys what I'm making. So I am working on Phil and Phyllis, which are our state fair mascots. All right, well, those are down. I can't change that. Oh my gosh. Did I get them in? Oh my gosh, I barely did. I just put a whole bunch of little dots right next to each other, hoping that they wouldn't melt in together, because then it'll become one big blob instead of 4 separate dots. But I think I got it. The ones on the bottom are slightly crooked. Might be able to move them over. That's the one thing that's cool about glass, is that it is malleable. You can move things around, but you got to be real careful how you do that. You don't want to mess it up. Mess up all the shaping, all the work that you put into it. Oh my gosh, did I really do that? I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping that her face is going to come in lighter. I put yellow underneath. She is supposed to be lighter. Oh, I need to make more, huh? Okay, I gotta reheat her real quick. I gotta make sure her head is all good. And then we gotta make some more of that color. Which is nerve-wracking, because now I'm gonna have to kind of let her cool down as I'm working on this other piece here. Oh my gosh, this is so nerve-wracking. Okay. Alright, let's see, we got the amber and the yellow. Alright, let's get back to the video. If I can read comments, if anyone's here. I don't know if we have anyone watching right now or not. But I did see Madame Star was in here for a moment. So I've been working on this for about an hour already. I started with playing with the color, and then I just decided to go with making the head, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm already in it. So I'm hoping that this head, the color is actually right. I might have should have done it the other way. I put white underneath one, and that looks really light, and then this is yellow underneath the amber, and I don't know if it's going to be as, like, I was hoping it would be just brighter, more tanned and a light brown. I guess I can always yank her head off and add another one on. Ah. So interesting when you're making glass, the things that you can do. Like, well, kind of messed that up. Let me just fix it. Okay. So we're able to keep that nice and warm. So it still has that glow there. So I wanted to document this because it would be really cool if I could win again, get best of show in first place or something. I just think it's a cool idea to make something like this, you know, showing the mascots of the state fair. And then I have a little something in mind on what they may be doing here in a moment. But there's two of them. There's Phil and Phyllis. So right now I'm working on Phyllis. They're horse mascots. So it's people in cartoon or in costumes. They walk around. I'm sure it gets really hot. But the state fair is all about, you know, animals, 4-H club, and the different animals and the competitions that they have. And so that's why the mascot is a horse. Alright, let's get this stretched out real quick. I'm so worried that Phyllis's head is going to be darker than Phil's. Like, well, I guess she just got a tan. It was a hot summer. I'm really hoping that it's going to get lighter. I don't know, we'll see. The trick is going to be to get these things to stand up. Well, the trick is making them. All right. 'Cause. 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 ' Okay, I see there the body is starting to twist. I'm gonna have to heat it up and then retwist the whole body here. Starting to give it a curve. So the first time that I ever entered into the state fair competition was for 2023, the creative arts competition in the creative arts building, and they have a bunch of different categories. When you go there, usually they have like a woodworker in there that's like making a bunch of stuff on a lathe, and then there's like all kinds of cool stuff hanging up. There's a Lego competition, there's quilting competition, there's the food competition, which I was also thinking about entering, because I noticed the year that I entered the glass, I did not notice anyone entering any gluten-free options. And I make some amazing bizcochitos that are gluten-free. Okay. So I don't do too many figures and things like this. And this is one of those things where it's like, I have to pull it off on the first try. I'm not going to sit here for days and days and days trying to make this happen. I'm either going to pull this off or I'm not. Alright, so like I said, this is a bit strenuous and anxiety filled, so I'm not going to be able to talk too much, but I guess I'm been able to keep the conversation going a little bit here. Alright. I'm going to put her boots on now. So I'm using I'm like, should I use this one or should I? That's a Cobalt 6. That's pretty dark, yeah. That'll look dark enough. I don't want to use all my Twilight. Oh, don't do that. So the one thing that I noticed is their boots are really large and pretty prominent. I guess kind of like to make them look like hooves, right? So you guys might be seeing a State Fair award winner right here in the making. I don't know, with the theme being that they're going to be, that this is the last State Fair, I think I have a pretty good chance. You know, when I entered in 2023 and I won, the year before was the 50th anniversary of the balloon fiesta, and I had entered in the original 13 balloons from 1972, which I believe was why I had won. It was like so fresh, and you know, it was a huge thing for New Mexico, for the state fair, for you know, for ballooning. And so being that this is now the year that's come where this may be the final year, or this is the final year of State Fair at Expo, New Mexico, I think having this theme will give me a good edge on the competition. One's a little bit bigger than the other, so do I go bigger or do I go smaller? I go smaller with this one. That way I have a little bit more room to play and to work. And then the trick is to get these things to stand up. I think I can see that yellow coming in. I don't know, she's looking pretty good there. Oh my gosh. If I can pull this off, we may have a winner, guys. And we only got till Friday, so I'm going live right now. If there's anyone, any other glass blowers who are going to try to compete, they don't really have much time to be able to watch what I'm doing and then try to make something themselves. But there is still time. What I'm concerned about is being able to grab this one out of the kiln. And once I make the second one, I'm going to have to pull this one out so I can join them together. That's going to be the hard part. Oh my gosh. I think I might have did the first one. Oh my gosh, my heart's racing right now. Woo, the anxiety is kicking in. Those are some little feet for a big old head. I might have to make a little platform actually. Interesting. But the other thing too is that the other one will be standing up right next to her, so you'll have Phil and Phyllis, and they'll help. Hopefully, my goal is to help them stand each other up. This one is noticeably smaller, so I'm going to add a little bit more glass to it. And it's going to be the outside foot, so I want to give it a little extra stability as well. Oh my gosh. Check that out, guys. Just got to add the arms here. And then we'll be able to take off the top part, the glass, the clear glass. And oh my gosh. I'm getting nervous here. I just got to slowly warm it up. Get it all back up to temperature. We're working with color here, and color is extremely sensitive. It will cool down, and then in places that isn't like fully sealed or fused, you know, I'm working with a lot of shaping and stuff, and so some of these colors can pop off in between the seams, so I got to be real careful, especially between where the clothing is and the head is right here. So I'm being real gentle and just like trying to rock it into flame. Carefully, carefully, carefully. Slowly bringing that flame in. Try not to crack it. There's yellow inside that amber, so got to bring that all back up a temperature slowly. And then we're gonna have to add the hat somehow. Woo! Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Just slowly get it all back up to temperature here. Nice, it's starting to glow, which means that we're away from that whole cracking area. It's not as sensitive right now. I'm back to temperature. Get it all nice and warm. And that's hand annealing, guys, right there. Bringing it all back to temperature. So now it's all glowing at that same rate. Without the hat, it looks like Barney. Should give it a tail. Like, well, at least I know I can make it Barney. It looks like Detective Barney. Alright, let's see what her arms look like. Because I'm pretty sure they're just like kind of short, stubby little arms here. Alright, one arm is on. Go back and make sure it's nice and sealed. So we're now, what, an hour and a half in? So this is going to be like 3 or 4 hours. I probably won't be able to finish this on this video, but at least we'll get this one piece done. And then maybe later on I'll pull it out of the kiln and we'll do a final reveal. Or maybe we'll just wait and see if we win. And this arm is going to wrap around her friend Phil. And somehow we're going to conjoin them like that. Alright. And then we'll use the same Cobalt 6 like we did for the hooves. I'm just going to add a little dot on this side. This is going to be in the back. And then this one will make this slightly bigger so it's a little bit more prominent since it's not behind them. Just a little bit though, not too much. Oh my God. And now we just got to make the hat. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this clear glass off the top here. I'm going to clean up the top. That way we don't have a little cone head. But that's what she is right now. A little cone head right there. But we're going to clean her up now. Get her ready for her hat. Just like that, and clear it off. And then I'll just round it out. That way she doesn't look like an alien too much. And somehow I gotta pop ears through the hat. I'm noticing that too. There's like ears coming out of the top of that hat. And then that hat is a pretty good tan color, so what I'm going to do is we're going to use this one here. We're just going to keep her nice and... Ooh, look at that. Look at her legs. That is what I was looking for. So hopefully the rest of her head also gets that kind of yellowish color. That is awesome. Alright. And then we're just going to keep her warm. while we're working on the hat here. And this is a miniature, guys. It's gonna be some small little detail. Alright, well maybe I was okay with just saying let's do this and just go with it. I don't know if I can make it any thinner. Alright. I had to put her in my mouth for a minute. I could use two hands on the tools. Now the best way that this is going to go on is by flattening it to her head. Now I would just leave it like that, except I can't. I gotta actually take that whole thing off. So then I can build it up and make it look like there's a ribbon on there. Oh no. Popped it off with a punchy. And that's why it's super dangerous. I can lose this at any moment if I'm not careful. Okay. Okay. There you go, guys. Alright, I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'll see if I can pull the next one off. It's going to be slightly taller. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Make sure I make those ears a little bit better. I'll just leave them as such. I think I'm happy with it. We're just going to do a final little reheat. And yeah, we'll get her in the kiln. And then we can start working on the next one. And let me just get a nice reference here. Alright, cool. So the next one's going to be about as tall as that there. Alright, cool. And I do believe I got her pants are what the color I wanted to get, that kind of yellowish. And I'm hoping that the head will color in like that, but the pants are a lot thinner. And when you thin out glass, sometimes it gets lighter. So we'll see. Alright, and now I'm going to have to put her in the kiln like this. but then I don't have my cobalt 6. Not good. Okay, let's get her off of here and put her on a better punchy here. We need more weight than that. We need weight. Oh, let's just use this one. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess I fused that. Let me unfuse it. Thought it would just snap right off. Alright, so now it's on a new punchy, a different punchy here. I'll just straighten her up some, so that way when I work with her, I'll be able to join them together. And I'll be able to keep the angle, yeah, like that. So that way when I join them together, I'll have that extra space so I can bring the glass in like that, and it's not like, bam! So I'll bring him in right there next to her, and we got ourselves Phyllis, guys, done. I don't know, can anyone do that while shooting the live stream and talking? I don't know. But I feel blessed that I'm able to do these kind of things and to show you guys and to share with you guys. And yeah, that is awesome. I'm stoked. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty stoked with that. Maybe I can show you real quick. So this is what I'm working on right there. That's about perfect. Oh my gosh. Alright. You guys have a beautiful day. Love and blessings. Gotta open up my kiln real quick and pop this in here. It's gonna get hot in here now. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. That was pretty nerve-wracking getting it in the kiln and not accidentally knocking it on the top and dropping it to the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have a good one. I'm out.